everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well. I apologize. I missed last week's show because I ended up getting triggered earlier in the day and I was a little bit of an emotional wreck. Obviously, those of you that watched the show know my son passed away, so I was a little bit of a mess, and once the floodgates opened, I couldn't stop. And at that point, I just needed to emotionally support myself. I appreciate everyone's patience and understanding while I continue to heal. I'd also like to give a shout out to Joy Peters of Turtle Vision Healing Arts, who lovingly offered her services to me and my son. She does shamanic healing services, and she helped direct his soul into the light after such a traumatic death. So please check out her website at tvhealingarts.com. That's tvhealingarts.com. And thank you, Joy. I really appreciate your continued love and support. I really do appreciate it. Okay, everyone. The energies have been off the charts again. As I've stated many times before, this is the year things intensify more quickly for purging and manifesting. Our planet is moving into an area where the energies are affecting change within our bodies and consciousness, right? So it's moving into a different area in our solar system, and that is causing all of this stuff to basically happen. The entire solar system is affected, including the stars and the planets. And we're going through an ascension process, or as the Bible refers to it, they call it harvest. So the visions that I've had of the culmination to this process or event looks like an intense flash of light coming from the sun, yet simultaneously bursting forth from within us, with the ending being a separation of duality, or, you could look at it as good versus the evil paradigm. And those of us who are more oriented towards service to others will ascend and move one step closer to where we originally came from, which is the divine. And those more oriented towards service to self will continue on as they do now. And they'll go through the process. It'll take them a little bit longer. And the process leading up to this event is causing all of the upheaval in the world, right? Everything unseen and hidden within you and everything else on this planet is being revealed during the process. It's basically a purge. You're being cleansed, you're being healed emotionally, mentally, and physically. And the way this happens is through the catalyst of pain, which pain is created by design, as crazy as that sounds. So over the last 2 weeks or so, you could have experienced any and all of the following: emotional triggers, detachment, impatience, feeling like something major is about to change in your life, yet feeling stuck at the same time. Maybe even some sadness, some feelings of being depressed, frustration. Things breaking, not working, or just falling apart and needing to be rebuilt. Basically, you could be going from one moment of feeling really excited about the future and feeling pumped and you're motivated and things are happening for you in your life and you're just really positive, to all of a sudden feeling flattened by emotions or a situation that comes up in your life, and it ends up completely ruining your day. So there's also lots of physical symptoms again as well. You could be experiencing headaches, ear stuff, muscle fatigue and soreness, flu-like symptoms, nausea, stomach stuff, really just like weird viruses coming out of the blue, making you feel like complete crap. And then just as quickly as they came, they go away. You could even be experiencing overeating and undereating, just weird energies. And more than likely, there's other symptoms that I haven't mentioned that you're experiencing as well. And, in case you are going through anything major physical, make sure you go to the doctor. Not everything is ascension related, and sometimes ascension can trigger illnesses within us. So you want to definitely get yourself checked out. Listen to your body and listen to yourself. And again, if you feel tired, rest. If you need sleep, sleep. If you want to eat that tub of ice cream, do it. Who cares? Do it. right? Indulge and then be done with it. Like, don't beat yourself up about it. All right, let's get into what you can expect from tonight, April 25th through May 2nd, as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. So general themes, this week I feel a group of you will be more in a neutral zone, right? It feels like lots of open, clean, and empty energy that's free of any real conflict, right? So it just feels a little less drama this week. We're getting a little break from some of the friction and disharmony. This can be a state of being or physical location as well. So meaning you're either generating this state of being internally, or it comes from you being in a specific physical location that brings about the feeling of neutrality, right? So maybe there's a spot in your house where you meditate, and that brings you more soothing, calm, neutral energy. Some of you will experience this because you choose to no longer walk on the path of your past, but switch to a new path for the future. And some of you are very much embarking on new beginnings, and you definitely do not want to bring the old baggage from your past onto your new pathway and into the new, right? So try to close doors, close chapters, close books, whatever it is that you call your life, close doors and let new ones open. Some of you are you'll finally be working through allowing yourself to feel joy and happiness. Literally, you're giving yourself permission to be happy. And many of you feel guilty if you're happier than others in your life, or you feel like you don't deserve to be happy because you haven't accomplished everything that you think you should have by now. And those of you who have allowed yourself glimpses of happiness here and there will begin to move into a more permanent space of joy. And this is something that I've struggled with since 2015. My life has gone through many changes at this point. And I dealt with my mom, who was ill and battling cancer and passed away from it. And then obviously we've talked about my son having opioid addiction and depression, and he just recently committed suicide. So I know what it feels like, where I've caught myself in moments of having fun and then just having to instantly having a thought of like, I shouldn't be having fun because my mom's sick or my son is dealing with this, and how dare I be enjoying myself right now? I shouldn't be happy. But, that's really stealing your own happiness from yourself. So don't let that happen. It's okay to allow yourself to feel good even when others are struggling. It's okay. You can have empathy and allow yourself to be happy in your own life. So another version of this that could manifest is allowing yourself to feel hopeful and optimistic about the future. Some of you will realize just how much you view life from a darker perspective. Maybe you see everything from doom and gloom. Never works out in your favor. So it's this negative perspective, and you'll feel that shifting to more of a positive one. Another theme this week revolves around blame. This one will be coming up a lot. This time it's about becoming aware of the excuses you make as to why you can't accomplish the things in your life that you want to do or to fulfill your life purpose. So many of you are extremely gifted and talented in various ways, but you refuse to take a leap of faith to pursue desires. Instead, you find fault, blame, reasons, or excuses that justify you staying stuck. And those excuses can sound a little like this. If only my parents were financially successful, then I could have gone to college and I could pursue my dreams then. If I had a spouse or a boyfriend to support me, then I could pursue my music career. If only I had money to take a chance on starting my own business. If people accepted me for who I am, then I wouldn't be afraid to take a chance. So if only I was smart enough, pretty enough, young enough, old enough, tall enough, and so on and on and on, right? We have a million excuses. So let go of all those excuses and realize the only thing holding you back from pursuing or accomplishing anything in your life is you. It's really overcoming your fears of failure, of success, of disappointment, of rejection, of not being good enough, and whatever else you tell yourself as a negative. So let this be the week that you stop blaming yourself and others completely. Just let it fall away. Healing our hearts through forgiveness will be a theme for some of you this week as well. You could have a few emotional days. Forgive yourself and others. Guilt and shame could come up through this work. Shower everything with gratitude. Remember, all the pain you experienced is supposed to be a catalyst for your growth and healing. The catalyst of pain will stop once it no longer affects change within you. So until then, you're going to experience the same pain over and over again in various forms through various people and various situations until you finally grow and evolve from it. Then you won't have to experience it anymore. Also, keep an eye out all week for signs, synchronicities, and messages coming from the world around you with important information for decisions that you need to make. The spirit animal energy of the week is the fox. Fox energy is smart, a strong partner or mate, and a wise teacher. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystic to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us stay true to those most dear to us, and when this card appears, reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. When in balance this week, things will feel magical, ingenious, teacher, and monogamous, right? When out of balance, sneaky, unsure of their identity. To bring into balance, partnership, and connection. There's a strong feminine energy coming in this week as well. At the end of July, the new galactic year begins of the divine feminine. And these energies have been coming in over the last year or two, but are reaching their peak very soon. So this week, you could feel a lot of compassion and understanding, emotional support, and feelings of self-worth and love for yourself and your fellow man. Embrace this energy, and there could just be a lot of feminine support around you. Work, for those of you employed. For a group of you, there are plenty of powerful opportunities in front of you that you just aren't seeing or you haven't been seeing. Well, with the energies this week, you may just finally notice them. And some of you are meant to move on from where you are, and some of you are meant to accept where you are and make the most out of the situation because it's temporary. But you need to just accept it and stop fighting it. So it doesn't mean you're settling. It just means you really don't know what would make you happy employment-wise right now. So you need to just make the best of the situation. And some of you need to bring more love and compassion into the workplace. Overall, I feel it will be a good work week for everyone, or at the very least, things are better than what you think they are. So get out of your own head. Work, for those of you looking for a job, I'm seeing interviews, callbacks, and hirings. It feels like a positive week to pursue employment goals and opportunities. Love, for those of you in committed relationships and dating, I'm feeling lots of positive vibes in the love department. There could be a day or two where one or both of you has some sort of a stumbling block, or maybe there's some sort of block in regards to the relationship. I feel all you need to do is talk it out calmly and everything will be fine. Like, it doesn't feel like any kind of major drama. Those of you looking for love, I'm feeling lots of possibilities to meet someone this week. I do feel like there could be some blocks here too, surrounding self-esteem issues coming up. Either you lack it or you have too much of it, where it's borderline arrogant. So get those in check if that resonates with you. And regardless, I feel like get out and about. I feel love is in the air, and you could very easily meet someone. I do feel some solid connections. Now, there is a caution of getting too caught up in new love and neglecting other areas of your life. So be sure to keep your balance. And also a little reminder for locals here in Orlando, tomorrow night, Friday, April 26th, I'm doing a singles mixer relationship class at the World of Beer downtown. You can go to myenlightenedclass.com to register. The cost is $2, and it includes the class and appetizers and happy hour drinks if you want to get your drink on. I hope to see you there. Finances. things feel really stable. I do feel some of you will receive an increase. I also feel some of you will receive this increase through creative means connected to women in your life, or maybe you receive some financial advice from a woman. Health, I feel calmness and inspiration for some of you. I feel love and support. I feel most will be feeling much better physically than you have recently. And those of you dealing with severe illnesses, there's a connection to forgiveness and needing to forgive yourself or your body can release, so your body can release the trauma. You could experience healing from this simple act alone, and some of you may be waiting on test results that I feel will come back positive. Unfortunately, for some of you, this positive means testing positive for some type of disease. For others, it means the results are positive in your favor. And there's also women who could facilitate healing in your life this week. Lastly, spirituality. Some of you will experience the magic of life. Some will have clairvoyant experiences. Some of you will have a female spiritual teacher come into your life, and your spirit will be communicating very strongly this week. And trust your intuition and instincts. And lastly, share your wisdom and joy with others. So that wraps up the week's predictions. Let me get to tonight's caller. I have Katia in Sydney,
Hi.
New South Wales, Australia. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. How can I help you this evening?
Yeah, I was just inquiring about my twin flame.
I'm sorry, you're
Can you hear me?
inquiring about
Twin flame.
twin flame. Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear very well. I have a new headset in, and obviously that's not helping me either with hearing better.
That's all
Okay.
right.
So, okay, yeah. So I feel here that there's a part of you. Okay, you're wanting to know when you're going to meet your twin flame, or you're because here's
No,
the
no,
yeah
I
the
already
first,
met him. Yeah,
you've already met him. Okay.
yeah,
Because there's this feeling surrounding love where it's your heart is set on this specific person. And I do feel like this person is challenging you in new ways. And I think because you view this relationship as a twin flame or a soul connection, that there's a belief that this is the only person that you could be happy with or that you could have a successful relationship with. But at the same time, this is a twin flame energy. So I do feel like the two of you could be triggering each other's, what I would consider baggage. You know, some of our relationship traumas could be triggered. Is that what you're experiencing with him, this person right now?
yeah. We don't speak very often at the moment. It's only every couple of months.
You said it's very awkward this moment.
Yeah, we only speak every few months.
Okay, so you've only seen each other for a few minutes. Okay, so
No. Sorry, you have trouble hearing me. Let me just move because I'm not. No, it's been not 3 years.
um,
Can you hear me?
okay, yeah. The producer's helping me because our connection is a little difficult to hear you. Okay, so you haven't spoken for about 3 years.
No. We've been together off and on for about 3 years.
You've been together off and on for 3 years. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you came through very clearly. Okay. So this is the thing. I feel like you have got to give yourself a deadline on when enough is enough. Because to me, this feels like it could continue on and on. I feel, again, there's this in your mind, I feel like you believe this is the only person that you can end up having a relationship with, or your heart is set on him no matter what. And I feel like you've got to let that go, right? Because it's kind of hurting you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I feel like this would continue on for another 3 years because the both of you are somewhat codependent to each other. So I feel, so I feel like in order for this to really work, the two of you would have to commit to working through your relationship baggage, right? Because right now I feel like you give too much and this person is not reciprocating to you what you give. It's just not reciprocal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So in this moment, I feel like if you can pull back a little bit and set some boundaries and just be very clear about what it is that you want, and then allow yourself a deadline. So fully express yourself in what it is that you want. And if you email me at AskRebecca@gmail.com, I will send you this relationship book that I feel like will really, really help you in this situation. And I would say work through the techniques in this book, and then you will be able to see if this relationship will actually work. And you'll see change within the other person because you're going to change the way that you interact by communicating more about what you want and what you feel and expressing yourself more openly instead of worrying about being rejected. And at that point, I feel like you need to give yourself a deadline. So maybe you say, okay, if I'm not seeing any improvement or change by the summertime, then I am going to let go of this relationship completely. He is not I keep saying he, I don't know if he's he, but this person is more of a catalyst of pain. And a lot of times that's what twin flames are. Okay. They are the ones that are going to force us to work through our stuff the quickest, but it's also the hardest. And sometimes we end up with this person and sometimes we don't. But this person is not your only twin flame or soul connection. Okay. I have a different perspective than many people do on the whole twin flame and soulmates. And trust me when I tell you, you have multiple options. And if you can get out of your own way with him, I feel like you would meet someone this year that is going to be more in alignment with who you are in this moment.
Yeah, it's just that with this guy, like I said, we've been off and off for years, but I'm not the one that chases him. I don't text him, I don't call him. You know what I mean? He's the one that will text me and call me, you know?
Right. But he's also the one that then pulls away. So it's like he's basically calling the shots of, and what's happening is if he reaches out to you and then you give in, you're caving and you're allowing him to continue to come and go in your life. That's where you have to set the boundary and fully express yourself as to, I'm done with the back and forth. We either make this work or we completely break up and you are no longer going to be allowed to come back into my life in that way. And I know that's very difficult to do, but I think that's how you're going to find the turning point in this relationship. Okay?
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. I only have 30 seconds left. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you lots of love. It really, if you don't set the boundary, it could continue on like this forever. All right, that's all the time we have. I hope everyone has a great week, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Bye.